Please join me in the pledge. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. About. Take.
Please be seated.
Service to our communities might be enhanced because of their time here. We pray that you guard each woman and man in the fire service, keep them safe, keep them healthy and strong and dedicated in their work. And we pause to remember now those who have died during this past year since we last met, those who died of natural causes, as well as those who died in the line of duty. Grant them, Lord, a place of light and peace, and may you continue to abide with us and fill us with every good gift. We pray, please God, let this be so.
Father John, on behalf of the committee, we'd like to give you a shirt and appreciation for being here with us today.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Is it okay to sit down now? We could go out to them for being here with us again. Just wanted to touch bases on a few things. First of all, just wanted to let you know that this committee over here, the Arizona State Fire Training Committee, has been hard at work and remains hard at work year-round in trying to bring you a quality training event here. And I just am privileged to be a member of that group. They're committed to improving the school year after year, and I'm just very glad to be associated with them. And if they wouldn't mind, I really wish they'd all stand up so that you can see the members of the Arizona State Fire Training Committee. Some of them minded, but they did it anyway, so I thank them for that. This committee represents the coordinators for each of the classes, and they're truly committed to making the school the best that it can be. And so we need your input, and we need your comments about the courses and the events and the experience here to be shared with those coordinators so we can continue to try to make it better and better each year. The State Fire School is also a partnership, and that seems to be, to me, my experience this year has been made more and more apparent that partnership with the committee and the Office of the State Fire Marshal is what really makes this work. Just yesterday morning at 8 o'clock, I was at the State Fire Marshal's office, and there's a Ryder truck backed up, and I think every deputy in the state's hauling boxes and moving equipment and getting ready to make this event happen. So we're very much appreciative of them, and if they wouldn't mind standing up, I think they should be recognized as well. All the members of the State Fire Marshal's office. And with that, I'd like to introduce the State Fire Marshal for the state of Arizona, Arizona State Fire Marshal Dwayne Pell.
Thank you all very much. It's a pleasure for me to be able to welcome all of you here again. It gets larger and larger each year. This is the most ever that we've had. So again, welcome. Hope you enjoy the fire school and take home the knowledge that you learn here and put it to good use in your community. One of the things I was going to do was introduce our staff. He already did that from the State Fire Marshal's office, but a couple of people particularly I'd like to single out. Bob Costello for one, obviously. Phil Mel, Melina, and Don. Where are all of you? Would you please all you stand up, because without you guys this wouldn't happen. I'd like to welcome another old, I don't mean it derogatory at all, but an old friend, former Deputy State Fire Marshal, retired Dick Bingham, who came down just to say hello to everybody. Dick, would you stand up over there? The other thing is that Father John Cunningham has been gracious enough for many years to come and give the invocation. And he has very close ties and alliances with the fire service. His brother Eddie is retired from Phoenix Fire Department and now works for the State Fire Marshal's office. And I think it'd probably be appropriate just to mention, if we could, in our own way, give a little, say a little prayer for Eddie's wife, Judy, who's undergoing some health problems right now. And I said, with Father John on her side, she'll be fine. So you relay that to Judy from all of us here. We hope she's doing fine. Other than that, that's about all I have. Thank the Fire Training Committee for your fine work. I know that planning for next year's conference probably has already begun. If it isn't already by tomorrow or the next day, you'll be starting on the following year. So it's a never-ending process. And again, welcome everybody here. It's the largest crowd we've had. Later on the program with the Hall of Fame inductees, welcome all of you here. And thanks again. Hope you have a good conference, and glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
And now to conduct the Firefighter Memorial Service is the City of Mesa Fire Department Honor Guard.
service of others. Please join us now in remembrance as we read the names of the Arizona firefighters who have died, and let us all pledge this day to never forget their sacrifice.
Merle Evan Barrett, Mayor Fire District. Bueller Casey Casewell, Winslow Fire Department.
Dan Fawcett, Pine Top Fire Department, Phoenix Fire Department.
Kenneth R. Fargue, Bullhead City Fire Department.
John Gregovich, Tri-City Fire District.
Merle Hathcock.
Joe Hoffman, Winslow Fire Department.
E.J. Pat Hogan, Flagstaff Fire Department.
Bert Hollis, Tempe Fire Department.
Thomas Jackson, Parks Belmont Fire Department.
Jim Kinsella, Jerome Fire Department.
Robert Bobby Lewis, Gila River Fire Department.
Shannon Gabriel Luna, Coolidge Fire Department.
Della Murray, Golder Ranch Fire District.
August C. Gus Reichardt, Kingman Fire Department.
Robert Ross, Phoenix Fire Department.
Manuel Ruiz, Winslow Fire Department.
Mark A. Sanchez, Flagstaff Fire Department.
Anna Louise Thomas, Raython Fire Department.
Charles Tolliver.
Dean Treadway, Flagstaff Fire Department.
Don Webb, Palo Verde Nuclear Generation Station Fire Department.
Richard Dick West, MCAS Yuma Structural Fire Division.
Euless K. Wheeler, Tri-City Fire Department.
E.C. Jerry Williams, Coolidge Fire Department.
James D. Worley, MCAS Yuma Structural Fire Department.
Howard Young, the Phoenix Fire Department.
The history of firefighting is closely associated with the ringing of the bell. It was the bell that signaled the start of duty, and through the days and nights, each alarm was sounded by a bell. It called them to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow man. And when the fire was out and the alarm had been completed, it was the bell that signaled its end. Dean Alfang wrote, and I quote, "I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon. I seek opportunity to develop whatever talents God gave me, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges to life to the guaranteed existence, the fulfillment of the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any earthly master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to think and act myself, to enjoy the benefits of my creations, to face the world boldly and say, with this with God's help, I have done." End quote. We seek strong words and symbols that give us a better understanding of our feelings when we experience a loss. And we use these symbols and words to reflect the devotion our brothers and sisters had for their duties. The sounding of the bell, a special signal of 3 rings, 3 times each, represented the end of their duties and that they were returning to quarters. And now, for all Arizona firefighters who have completed their tasks, their duties well done, They have given their best. For our brothers and sisters, their last alarm, they have gone home.
Twin Falls, Idaho, left behind a 5-year-old daughter and a wife. The thought came to my mind, what must somebody who is now an adult think about their father who gave his life when he was a kid, fighting fire? Why would anybody do that? And I asked the stewardess for pencil and paper, and I'd never written a poem before, but the words poured out, and I hope you accept them for that purpose. My father was a fireman. He drove a big red truck, and when he'd go to work each night, he'd say, "Honey, wish me luck." Then Dad would not come home again until sometime the next day. The thing that bothered me the most
was the thing some folks would say. A fireman's life is easy. He eats and sleeps and plays, and sometimes he don't fight a fire for days and days and days. When I first heard these comments, I was too young to understand, because I knew when people had trouble, Dad was there to lend a hand. Then my father went to work one day, and he kissed us all goodbye. But little did we realize, that night we all would cry. My father gave his life that night, when the floor gave way below,
He may save the ones you love. Thank you very much. Captain Walter J. Schwinger, Jr., Local 859, Tonawanda, New York. Firefighter Stanley E. Scott, Local 2, Chicago.
Dark red engine racing down the road. Everyone standing aside. Thick black smoke filling up the air as the flames rage. A family waits with tears in their eyes. From the sounds of the sirens to the fighting of the flames, there are those who take the chances, the heroes and the brave. It's the fight of a lifetime, but it's a life they've come to stay. To the ones who pledged it all and lost, and to those who still remain. You know heroes never die. Like an eagle, they will fly. And the memories and the love they leave behind live forever in our minds. Heroes never die. In the cities and the forests, they save a life or save the land. They give it all they got, a brotherhood, a fighting hand. And it's humbling to think that they'll give until the end. Here's a song that goes out to them, the women and men. Heroes never die. Like an eagle, they will fly. And the memories and the love they leave behind live forever in our minds. Heroes never die. To Gina in Sacramento, who sacrificed her life, and to Al in Mississippi, who left 3 children and a wife. Heroes never die. Like an eagle, they will fly. Heroes never die.
Once again, really want to express our gratitude to the Mesa Fire Department Honor Guard. A couple of announcements on behalf of the Honor Guard. On Saturday, September 18th, the Mesa Fire Department Honor Guard will be leading honor guards from across the nation at the International Association of Firefighters National Fallen Firefighter Memorial in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And on Sunday, October 3rd, they'll be participating in the U.S. Fire Administration Fallen Firefighter Memorial at the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. At this time, I'd like to bring up a fellow state training committee member and the current president of the Arizona Fire Training Association, Ron Dennis, to present the Arizona Fire Trainer of the Year Award.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome to the last fire school of the 1900s. I hope everybody will have a safe experience here. This year we're honoring the first Fire Trainer of the Year, and this will be an ongoing honor every year from here on. Individuals are nominated based on their positive contributions related to the fire service and training in their communities with possible impact at the state and national level. It is co-sponsored by the Arizona Fire Training Association, the Arizona Fire Training Committee, as well as Canyon State Emergency Products. I'd also like to thank the selection committee, Bob Hansen, Ron Bellatori, and Patrick Reynolds. This year's recipient of the first Arizona Fire Trainer of the Year has served in his community as a trainer for over 15 years in fire suppression, EMS, hazardous materials, public education, and specialized services. This year's recipient is Captain Daniel Padilla of the Yuma, Arizona Fire Department. If I could have him come up, please. In his capacity as a fire captain for the Yuma Fire Department, Daniel Padilla devotes endless on and off duty hours providing training to local responders in fire suppression and EMS, public education, and other disciplines. He's involved in training for his local department, other departments in his region, and Arizona Western College. Most recently, he's taken care of all the material publications and logistical support necessary for his department to be accepted as a basic life support training center under the auspices of the Department of Health Services. His work has included procurement and training of certified instructors, professional contracts, medical direction, and appropriate council actions. As well, Daniel Padilla is responsible for the implementation of a local or regional childhood immunization program in the Yuma area. Could I also have Scott Miller from Canyon State come up as well, please? Daniel, on behalf of the Arizona Fire Training Association, we'd like to present you with this statue. It says the first annual Fire Trainer Instructor of the Year, Daniel Padilla, Yuma Fire Department, presented by the Arizona Fire Training Association. And I'd like to turn the dais over to Mark Gilliard for a presentation from the Arizona Fire Training Committee. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Arizona Fire Training Committee, we would also like to present you with a commemorative statue to also recognize you for this honor.
I'd like to now introduce Scott Miller from Canyon State Emergency Products for a presentation to Captain Padilla as they are co-sponsors of this award, and we appreciate their support.
Thank you, Ron. On behalf of Canyon State Emergency Products, I'm honored and delighted to be able to present this check for $500 to Captain Padilla.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the school.
And now to present the United Firefighter of the Year Award, Dan Matlick from United Fire Equipment.
Fire. It is perhaps one of the most symbolically complex phenomena in the history of the human culture. It renders raw meats and vegetables into cooked and edible food, base minerals into useful and durable metals, and porous dirt and clay into watertight pottery. It destroys the forests and the brushlands, but its ashes makes the earth fertile and renewed. Since the beginning of time, fire has welcomed us. It has given us comfort. It has warmed our homes, our hearts, and our spirits. Fire, the paradox, a friendly force and a fierce foe. When we turn on fire, it warms us. When fire turns on us, it destroys us. The history of firefighting has many interesting highlights. It was after a devastating fire in 12 BC that the Roman Emperor Augustus organized 7,000 men into 7 firefighting battalions. These men became members of the world's first fire department and were in fact the earliest known firemen. While the techniques and equipment used to fight fires may have been very different in ages past, the dedication of the people who respond to that danger, who fight to preserve the life and property of their neighbors, has endured. Courage, compassion, and dedication are what makes firefighting an enduring tradition. Since 1994, Arizona has honored a special firefighter with the United Fire Firefighter of the Year Award. This award is given to an outstanding firefighter whose work ethic and performance reflects the same qualities as those brave heroes of the past. The Firefighter of the Year may be a career firefighter who faces the daily challenges and dangers of the job, or one of the thousands of American firefighters who are volunteers. He or she can be nominated for courageous initiatives or for making a contribution to enhance the advancement of life safety through education and prevention. Choosing this year's winner from among the many deserving firefighters who were nominated was no easy task. For this awesome responsibility, we relied upon a very able and impartial group of individuals from the firefighting community. Our judges this year were Marilyn Price, Dave Eason, Jan Hawk, Ron Knight, and Fred Ruth. These volunteers had to make the very difficult selection from reprints of the nominations that had all identifying remarks such as a firefighter or department name removed. Thank you, judges, for selecting this year's Symbol of Excellence. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our many corporate sponsors. It is with their assistance that it becomes possible to appropriately recognize and promote the fire service in Arizona. Having corporate sponsors is also wonderful when it comes to amassing prizes for the lucky winner. So with that, I would like to announce the recipient of this year's United Fire Firefighter of the Year. Please join me in congratulating firefighter paramedic Don Zurcher from the Payson Fire Department. Congratulations on being selected this year's winner. Your actions reflect the qualities we can all be proud of. As a member of the Payson Fire Department since 1995 and a paramedic since 1993, Dawn Zurcher has worked in her community to create positive thinking, action, and cooperation, making it a safer and more caring place to live. Knowing that affecting the attitudes of citizens often begins in the childhood classroom, Dawn was instrumental in developing and implementing Payson's first formal school program to teach youngsters positive behavior in fire safety and injury prevention. She continues to encourage children to volunteer their time and energy, along with their parents, in neighborhood cleanup programs, which she helped found with the Payson Building Department. Having created a colorful and dynamic persona as Edith the Clown, Dawn suits up in a clown costume and makeup to attend school functions, health fairs, and community events where citizens, young and old alike, are entertained while they learn about life safety. And since she is keenly aware that early warning can save lives, Dawn developed a program to install smoke detectors in homes without them. She helps raise the funds for the equipment and even aids in the installation. An extremely capable and compassionate paramedic and a considerate colleague, Dawn also established the Payson Critical Incident Stress Debriefing Program, which is a vital tool for counseling emergency personnel after an especially traumatic or emotional event, such as the Beeline accident of last year. When Dawn attends conferences of the Arizona Burn and Fire Educators, she always brings information back to her community to share. Known as a fine public speaker, Dawn does not hesitate to speak to community groups about the importance of the work of fire prevention and safety. She has received numerous certificates and letters of thanks for her teaching skills, as well as her on-the-job performance. Honored as Payson's 1998 Firefighter of the Year, we are very proud to present Dawn with United Fire's Firefighter of the Year Symbol of Excellence Award. Congratulations. Now let me tell you a little bit about what she's won. To keep you safe in a very stylish way, we're going to outfit you from head to toe with the following fashion. First, advanced technology custom-fitted turnout and coat and pant from Lion Apparel. Next, a classic traditional leather helmet courtesy of Carnes & Brothers. I don't know if this will fit over the Edith the Clown hairdo, but I'm sure you'll figure a way out. You'll make it work. In Arizona, there's cool, and then there's cool, wearing stylish shirt and shorts from El Becco, along with Weinbrenner's sporty cross-trainer station shoes and Spiewak's new generation jacket, which adds a finishing touch, identifying your total fashion statement. And since we would hate for you to get burned out with all work and no play, we've arranged for a little getaway for you at the Jim Click Automotive Team condo in beautiful Pine Top. Swimming, tennis, golf, racquetball, boating, fishing, or skiing are activities offered for your enjoyment. Or you can just lean back and absorb the mountain air and vistas. To mark November 7th on your calendar, you will have a chance to check out the cars and mingle with the drivers at the NASCAR race, courtesy of Phoenix International Raceway. And since we also want to acknowledge the commitment of all the professionals that train and work alongside Dawn all year long, the Payson Fire Department will receive a $500 credit at United Fire to be put towards purchases of their choice. That's over $3,000 in prizes. And just in case there's something you wanted that we've missed, we thought you might also appreciate this check for $1,000.
I'm a fine public speaker. However, in front of my peers, it's quite difficult. But I would like to thank United Fire for praising our firefighters in the state of Arizona. Thank you. I thank God Almighty and my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for allowing me to be able to serve, the privilege to be able to serve on the fire service, on the fire department, the Payson Fire Department. I would like to thank the Payson Fire Department for allowing such things as motivation, progress, success, encouragement, compassion, inspiration, initiative, and passion to do my job. Thank you, Payson Fire Department. With God, all things are possible. That's found in Matthew chapter 19, verse 26. And all things are possible. Possible to help every human in every other circumstance that they find themselves, whether it's helping somebody get their keys out of their car, or helping somebody who's been in a car accident, or helping somebody get their kitty out of their burnt house. It's such a privilege to be able to serve mankind in this capacity that the fire service allows us to do. I also want to thank the woman who nominated me, Carolyn Wall, of the Payson Roundup newspaper. It seems I always see her. Yikes, I didn't do it. It seems I always see her with her camera, pen, and paper. Carolyn, you must have some colorful writing skills. Thank you, Carolyn. Mom, thank you for being a mom and a dad. This award doesn't mean I'm top of the heap. In fact, I'm somewhere down here. Okay, I couldn't possibly accept this award on my own behalf. I will only accept this award in behalf of every firefighter in the state of Arizona. On behalf of the firefighter that actually rides on the fire truck, the firefighter, the EMT, the IMT, paramedic, the fire engineer, the engine officer. On behalf of the firefighter, they also call battalion chief, district chief, deputy chief, division chief, assistant chief. It's a lot of chiefs. The firefighters in fire prevention, plans reviewer, inspector, code enforcer, public educator, and arson investigator. On behalf of the firefighter called department clerk, dispatcher, rehab personnel, and the firefighter who is also called fire chief. Thank you, Fire Chief John Ross. So, on behalf of every firefighter in the state of Arizona, this is yours. Thank you.
On behalf of the committee, I'd also like to present to you a commemorative recognizing you for this honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Just keeps coming on, huh?
Oh.
It's a great source of pride to know that firefighters take their job seriously, demonstrating again and again the enormous commitment and compassion they have for the lives and property that come under their care. I am immensely proud to be associated with the Arizona firefighting community in this event which recognizes the good in our society. Thank you for coming today and for the jobs you do every day. Until next year, be safe, and remember, life safety is serious work. Thank you.
The Arizona Fire Service Hall of Fame. And what I will do is describe for you each individual. And our first inductee for 1999 is Jim Birch. Let me tell you a little bit about Jim Birch. Worked for the Phoenix Fire Department from 1964 to 1983. Heavily involved with the hazmat team development and continuation there. Involved in many areas of hazmat field for over 30 years, a charter member of the Arizona Department of Emergency Management hazmat program. Excuse me, assisted with the adoption of rules by the State of Arizona Legislature for hazmat training, sat on the steering committee for the Arizona Department of Emergency Management concerning hazmat, a certified instructor for the State Fire Marshal's Office of Arizona and the Arizona Department of Emergency Management. Jim went to Jerome and helped out there for 2 years after retiring from Phoenix Fire Department. Then he went and worked up in Bullhead City for 2 years. And while he was there, he took his expertise of hazmat and other areas in the fire service to help assist in bettering that department. He left Bullhead City to try to relax in Jerome, but he found himself as the training officer in Jerome when he got there. He finally settled in Prescott. He served on this committee, the Fire Training Committee, as either an instructor or a committee member for many years. He's a member of the Arizona Fire Instructors Association from 1986 to present, and he served on various boards and committees in the community colleges to better fire science curriculum in Arizona. Please welcome our newest inductee, Jim Birch.
I knew I was going to be nervous when I got up here. Needed a little bit of a crutch. Mark covered most of the things that I wanted to say. Just want to add that working for the three fire departments and other state agencies, I've got very lucky in being able to travel around the state and meet a lot of fine people, many who's become very close friends. Excuse me. All those people that I met had one thing in common: their desire to help. And I kind of patterned my careers over that same thing, that desire to help where I could for 36 plus years. It's been very, very rewarding and a lot of fun. Thanks very much.
Our next inductee, I don't believe is here yet, but let me tell you a little bit about him. His name is Pat Cantelme. Pat's had a significant impact on the complexion of the Arizona Fire Service. 30 plus years with the Phoenix Fire Department. Served both the fire community and the city of Phoenix in a wide variety of positions. His contributions include the following: past president of the International Association of Firefighters, past officer of the Arizona State Firefighters, past chairman of the Phoenix Planning and Zoning Commission, chairman of the Phoenix Citywide Transit Committee. As a board member, he serves as a board member of the Greater Phoenix Affordable Health Care Foundation, the Valley Citizens League, Central Arizona Water Conservation District, Valley of the Sun United Way, the Red Cross, and Central Arizona Shelter Services. In addition to the above, Pat has greatly impacted the Arizona politics in relation to the fire service. He's had a significant influence on state legislation, city ordinances, and other legislative activities that directly affect the fire service. He solicited political support for fire services throughout his career and continues to be active in Arizona politics. Participated with the IFF in the development of safety and EMS standards, fostered better relationship of various partners throughout the fire service, and it is an honor to recognize him and induct him into the Arizona Fire Service Hall of Fame. He's not here, I believe. But if we can, we'll just recognize him as an inductee this year. Our next inductee is Edwin A. Gear III. He began his career with the Tucson Fire Department in 1973. He promoted through the ranks of that department to his present position as the Senior Assistant Fire Chief. Chief Gear's contributions to the city of Tucson, Pima County, and the state of Arizona demonstrate his commitment to the fire service and the community. State of Arizona Fire Marshals, past member or member of the State of Arizona Fire Marshals Training Committee, Training Resource and Data Exchange Committee, State of Arizona Emergency Medical Services Council, Southeastern Arizona EMS Council, Pima County Tucson EMS Council, the American Red Cross, and Comstock Children's. He's recognized as a man with uncommonly high values, ethics, and abilities. Due to his many talents, abilities, and contributions of service, Chief Gear is recognized not only as a Tucson Fire Department leader, but a community leader as well. He's recognized by his supervisors, his peers, and his subordinates. Of his many honors, they include the Tucson Firefighter of the Year in 1978, the American Legion Certificate of Commendation in 1984, and the City Manager's Certificate of Commendation in 1994. Please help me welcome Edwin A. Gear III.
This is truly a special day for me. I was very honored to have been nominated, and I'm truly humbled to have been selected. And on behalf of my family and myself, thank you for making this a special day.
Our next inductee is Ernie Smith of Lake Havasu City Fire Department. Ernie is the Lake Havasu City Fire Marshal. He has 30 years in the fire service. He led the Lake Havasu Fire District through the transition from a volunteer fire district to a paid municipal fire department. As fire marshal, he's demonstrated commitment to public safety, fire prevention, and fire investigations and education. Ernie's service on local planning committees, public school boards, county-wide fire safety committees, and national fire code committees are indications of his ongoing commitment to his community and the Arizona Fire Service. Please help me welcome Ernie Smith.
First, to Chief John Bergman, Councilman Steve Cleverly, the members of the Lake Havasu Fire Department, and my fellow peers from throughout the state of Arizona. It's the greatest honor that I've received in 30 years, and I'm proud to see that this fire training effort has paid off. The first one I attended some 30 years ago, we had 50 people. And I hear today that we're probably over 1,000. It speaks well for Arizona's fire service and where we have come from and where we are headed. I thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'd like everyone to start moseying back in about 10 after 10. And we're going to get started with the keynote address at 10:15.
What your rank is? First thing, just your name. You spell it first, so we get it.
Okay, my name is Dawn Zurcher, Z-U-R-C-H-E-R.
And Dawn is common spelling, D-A-W?
D-A-W-N.
And you are, ma'am?
A firefighter paramedic.
Were you surprised? Were you shocked?
I was... words cannot explain what I wanted to do when I was told. it was like, no, not me. Not possibly me. No way. I just couldn't believe it. I still don't believe it.
What does this mean for your department? I mean, you said that this isn't just for you, this is for all the firefighters in the state. What does this mean for firefighters to you?
Firefighters being recognized, whether they're male or female, recognition for the job you do is where it's at. I mean, there's heroes everywhere, not only in the fire service, there's heroes everywhere you walk. And to be recognized for actually being in the fire service it's wonderful. However, there are heroes everywhere.
Do you see yourself as a hero, or how do you see yourself?
No, really, I don't see myself as a hero at all. Not at all. I do a job which I have passion to do, and they pay me for it. Usually when you do stuff that you really love to do, you have to pay somebody to be able to do it.
What do you think you'll take away with this when you leave here today and go back to your company?
I take with me every firefighter in the state of Arizona. I take with me, I don't know, really. I mean, it's hard to explain what you gain from all this. Just simply because it's every firefighter in the state of Arizona that should be getting this award.
How do you think you can top this now in your career? You've won this award, and what is there now to go on and do to be successful?
Go on and save lives through fire prevention is the only thing that could top it. And unfortunately that's not measurable, but hopefully that's what I can keep on doing. Our departments can keep on doing. Because it's not a one-person job, it's definitely a team effort.
What's your mother think of all this?
Mom? Wow, she's so proud. And it's cool to have a mom who's a mom and a dad that's really proud of you. Or she's proud of all her children.
What the chief and some of your colleagues from Payson have to say about this?
They gave me a hard time. Okay, firefighter of the decade, wanted on the telephone. But no, they are truly proud of me, and they just know what the team effort is all about. And yeah, they pat me on the back, but they also need a pat on the back too.
So you're going to display this at home or at the station, or where are you going to put it?
I believe at the station, and there is probably an extra one for me at home, I believe.
No, just want to get closer to her. Well, I'm available if you need somebody to hang out at the cottage with. Or to spend $1,000.
Okay, yeah, well, the $1,000 is actually going to be donated, or, given to my church. Oh, you don't need to do that.
Say that again, the $1,000.
The $1,000 check is going to be donated to the church that I attend. Because God can do a whole lot more with that money than I could.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. Thank you, and United Fire. Wow.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right.
Don't run over that microphone.